This is Festival Park, a relatively quiet park in Govan. But this area was once thriving with activity, as it formed the landscapes and scenery area of the Glasgow Garden Festival, which took place in the year 1988. With industrial decline in the UK during the 1980s, 5 garden festivals took place in an attempt to revitalise areas of derelict land. The most successful of the 5 was considered to be the Glasgow Garden Festival, which took place on the shipbuilding area formerly known as the Prince's Dock Basin, which is now referred to as Pacific Quay. The concept of garden festivals began in Germany after the Second World War. These exhibitions were called Wundergartenschau and still run every 2 years to this day. These festivals were associated with the revival of urban areas that were destroyed during the war. Despite its name, there was much more than just gardens and flowers at the festival. There was also music, events, a roller coaster and even art in the form of many sculptures scattered throughout the festival grounds. The roller coaster was sponsored by the Coca-Cola company, therefore it was known as the Coca-Cola roller coaster, which is quite a tongue twister if you try to say that 3 times fast. The coaster ran at 47 miles per hour, 3 inversions, and could carry 760 riders per hour. For those who were seeking something slightly less thrilling, there was also the Clydesdale Tower, which gave fantastic views of Glasgow when guests reached the top. It was later moved to Rhyl in Wales, but the Science Centre Tower stands approximately in the same place. Another prominent attraction was the return of old trams to the festival area. The Four Winds building, which is previously a hydraulic power station, was rebuilt as a depot for these trams. Today, the Four Winds building serves as offices for commercial purposes. The Four Winds wasn't the only structure to serve a new purpose during the Garden Festival. There was also the South Rotunda, which was once used to access the passageway underneath the Clyde. It was then revived as a replica of the famous Nardini's ice cream parlour from Largs. The sculptural work brought together many artists who contributed their ideas, and after the festival these statues and sculptures were scattered to many different locations. Examples include Rolling Moon by Colin Rose, which can now be found in Gateshead near the Tyne River. Ancient Forester by David Kemp, now found in Grisdale Forest. Man with Fish by Stan Bonner, which can now be found in John Muir Country Park. And Fulton Head by Richard Groom, which floated in the Prince's Dock but now is strangely found abandoned on the banks of the River Clyde in Renfrew and has begun to grow moss around its mouth. There is one piece of art that remains from the Garden Festival, which is 170 of these bollards, painted with this black and white striped design by French artist Daniel Bourne. Perhaps the most significant structure remaining from the festival is the Bell's Bridge. It got its name from Arthur Bell and Sons, also known as Bell's Whisky, who helped sponsor the construction of the bridge. It is a pedestrian bridge which can swing open to allow large ships to pass through. The bridge was designed by Sir William Arrow & Co. and constructed by John Young & Co. Its main purpose was to create easy access to the SACC on the other side of the river, in which indoor exhibitions were taking place. The bridge is still widely used today, and its importance has increased with the construction of the Hydro Arena and the 2014 Commonwealth Games taking place in Glasgow. Due to this importance, it was given a major upgrade and a fresh lick of paint. The goals of the Garden Festival were to improve Glasgow's image and to help redevelop the land where the festival took place. The first goal was easily achieved with an increase in tourism and more positive image for the city. The second goal, however, was gradually achieved over time. In June of 2001, the Glasgow Science Centre and its accompanying viewing tower were opened. The IMAX cinema opened prior to that in the year 2000. In 2007, BBC Scotland moved its headquarters to the Pacific Quay, and in 2014 work finally began developing the remaining land into retail and housing space.